What is going on, everybody? It's the France. We're back again for a SmackDown Live review for August 14, 2018, the go-home show to SummerSlam for SmackDown Live brand, which had a main event segment, not a main event match, but a main event segment that was just perfect for and this is something that was a big gripe for a lot of people for the AJ Styles Rusev match at Extreme Rules, was the fact that none of those segments between each other really ever was featured in the main events. Whereas this time, we had AJ Styles coming out to make a vow to what he was going to do to Samoa Joe interrupting, having a letter from a special fan, member of the WWE Universe, reading that letter out, and the reaction that AJ Styles had. It's just great to see that on the go-home show, the WWE Championship was presented where it should be on SmackDown in the main event. In my opinion, if we could have one or the other in the main event, I would rather have AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe close SummerSlam. I know that's not going to happen because it's all about Roman and what happens with Roman and Brock Lesnar, but I would really much prefer to see this match. For all I care, they could open the show with Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar just so we can get that match out of the way. Plain and simple. They've had the WWE Championship open the show before on other B-show pay-per-views, most namely, I believe, the first Backlash they had when they started the brand split again. But yeah, put the Universal title where it belongs as the curtain jerker, as the opening match on the show. Get that match out of the way so we can at least enjoy or try to enjoy the rest of SummerSlam. That was the main event. We also had AJ Styles versus Shelton Benjamin, who finally shows up again for the first time. That was your main, I guess you want to say, main event match. It was the match before we got to the final segment of the show. We had the New Day versus Sanity in a six-man tag match. We all knew where that was going. I'll have a little bit of a rant on that later, with how ridiculous the fat-shaming obsession with that comes from Vince McMahon. What else do we have here? We had Aiden English take on Andrade Cien, which I'm pretty sure he called him out on social media over the weekend or in the last few days. So that's what led to this match tonight. And we had Charlotte and Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. But the show opened up with Miss Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte in the middle of the ring, getting ready for preparing, hyping their matchup for SummerSlam. So, and before we go anywhere else, it is kind of sad that this time last year, Ember Moon and Asuka were both still in NXT, putting on the best women's match in all of WWE last year. And neither one of those two are going to be on SummerSlam. Neither are Becky Lynch or Bayley. Four of the best wrestlers in the WWE right now in the women's division are off SummerSlam's card. Are you kidding me? Seriously, are you kidding me? And then you could throw Ruby Riott in there too, as well. Natalya will probably be there to, be in Ronda Rousey's corner when she takes on Alexa Bliss, because I'm sure either Mickie James is going to be there or Alicia Fox. And like I said, I hope that match goes about 30 seconds, but that's beyond the point. But again, it's still sad that we're not going to see Asuka, Ember Moon, Bayley or Sasha Banks on SummerSlam, but yet you have two of the worst women's champions of all time defend as your champions on SummerSlam. But again, we had Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Carmella in the ring, Carmella stirring the pot between these two, and hopefully they didn't cut it out, but Charlotte said something that really resonates with what everyone thinks about Carmella. I hope they did not take it out.
You know what's almost as absurd as Paige making me defend my title against the two of you in a triple threat at SummerSlam? Is Paige forcing me to come out here tonight for this face-to-face. I'm tired of your faces. Just like I'm tired of constantly being punished for being such an amazing champion. But hey,
you are not an amazing champion. You suck balls. I don't know whose dick you've been sucking in the back or whose ass you've been kissing in the back, but you are probably the worst women's champion, SmackDown women's champion since it made its inception, and you're only slightly worse than Alexa Bliss.
I am the champ, right? So life is good, baby!
God, I cannot stand her laugh. It's just as bad as when Seth Rollins was the WWE champion. He had that laugh. It's just so annoying. Why do heels always have to have an unnatural, fake laugh to their gimmick? It's just so annoying by WWE.
Okay, but let's talk about something that everyone else is thinking. Poor Becky Lynch. Becky, stand a chance now. Oh, used to be a clown for a living, right? Maybe you should think about doing that again, because it's the one thing you do better than Charlotte.
So, what do you want? You want me to say that I don't want Charlotte Flair in the SmackDown Women's title match at SummerSlam? Okay, I'm human, I'll say it, but it's only because Charlotte is an incredible athlete. And every match that she's in decreases the odds of winning for anyone else. And I was losing sleep thinking about dismantling one-on-one at SummerSlam. Then Charlotte made her way into the match, and I didn't feel sorry for myself, but I had to start thinking of a new dream. And that dream involves you and whooping you.
Do you know how hard it is to beat Charlotte? I beat Charlotte Flair twice. But I'm fabulous. Charlotte has won every women's title possible. She ended Asuka's undefeated streak. She won the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. Right? Give it up for her. She did it. But you were the first SmackDown Women's Champion, but that's only because Charlotte was on Raw.
All right, enough. Carmella, it's over.
Please tell me they did not cut this next part out, because this is the truth about Carmella, and you can also lump Alexa Bliss in here as well.
You know that you can't hang with anyone in this division, so you have to pull out every stop to cling on to that SmackDown Women's Championship. And in order to beat Asuka, you had to dig up James Ellsworth.
Ugh. Don't remind us.
And you wonder why the WWE Universe doesn't respect you? Really? Oh, I know. Maybe it's because you're a diva living in a women's era.
Thank you. Holy shit. I can't believe that was actually scripted, because yes, Carmella is a diva in the women's era. She, like Carmella herself, would have been fine back in 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, whenever that the dark days of the divas, where it was 10-second matches. That's when Carmella would have been best in her time in wrestling. But it's just shocking that they actually let somebody come out and say it. Like I said, you can lump Alexa Bliss in here too, because she's just as bad.
I am a diva, and I'm damn proud of it.
I won't be proud of that.
I have something you two will never have. Compare my beauty to yours.
I'm just going to say it out there. Becky Lynch wins by a landslide. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put it out there. Charlotte's okay looking at. You are ugly as fuck. Becky Lynch all the way. Just saying. And all the comparisons that she just has, Becky Lynch wins by a landslide. Rebecca Quinn is beautiful woman that just beat you by a landslide in everything that you try to compare them to you. Just saying.
Compare my body to yours. Compare my charisma
Becky.
to yours.
Just saying.
Oh, I have one more comparison.
so, again, like I said, Becky Lynch all the way in looks and beauty and charisma. Lana has more charisma in her entire personality when she's with Rusev now than you have in your entire body, Carmella. I'm just saying. But yeah, if you're trying to compare yourself like Carmella to Charlotte and Becky wins all the time. Just saying. I'm a guy. I can say that if I want to. Becky Lynch wins that all the way. Just saying. I hope these two, Becky and Charlotte, take Carmella out and one of those two wins the Women's Championship. I don't care who. Just get this title off of Carmella, period. Paige would come out, send Carmella off to commentary, which the only thing about Carmella's commentary is that she sits there and pretends like Byron Saxton doesn't exist. Can we get Renee Young, who was great last night on Monday Night Raw, can we get Renee Young to take over for Byron Saxton? Because Byron Saxton is just goddamn awful. Just get Byron Saxton off my TV and give me Renee Young. She did a hell of a job last night, and I would rather listen to her try and better herself, because yes, she did make mistakes. It's only human. It's only natural. It's going to happen. But I would definitely like to see her over Byron Saxton in that position. And I'll probably say this now, I'm just going to put it down there. I believe by this time next year, we will have we'll have a full-time women's commentator on Raw or SmackDown. It's just where I think WWE is going to go, and Renee Young might be that woman to be on Raw or SmackDown starting soon. I mean, they'll probably give it to Byron or Coach. I don't care. But, yeah. We had Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville take on Charlotte and Becky. I should probably just say Becky, because I swear, I don't even remember Charlotte tagging into this match. Becky went out there and just woman-handled, I should say. Both women made Mandy Rose tap out to disarm her. And then we go to the back after we come back from break, and Charlotte's like, dude, that was awesome. You didn't have to do it all by yourself. She's like, Becky's like, okay, I'm sorry, I got carried away, but this is going to be a different story on Sunday. Basically, they're still teasing dissension between these two. It's going to be really intriguing to see what happens between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Who turns on who? That is going to be the big question going into SummerSlam. Biggest question going into coming out of SummerSlam is who will turn on who. We had the Bludgeon Brothers were supposed to take on three jobbers known as the Triple Threat. Wasn't even a match. The Triple Threat, the three victims were all, yeah, we're here to wrestle, we're going to show off, and then they saw the Bludgeon Brothers and they all wanted to run. The Bludgeon Brothers destroyed them, just sending a message to the New Day. What you expected is the Bludgeon Brothers. They did a 3-part series on Miz and Daniel Bryan's history since the days of the original NXT in 2010. You know, that shitty reality show they tried to do, which NXT was WWE's first attempt at a reality show their way, and it really didn't go well at all. So, yes, the NXT that we have now leagues better than what we used to see in NXT. But, of course, they started off with NXT with Daniel Bryan. They had Miz and Daniel Bryan in their own words in all three sections. I would like to play play the whole thing if that's what it is, but I know that I would get hit with a copyright claim. I've been there before when I did the Oscars undefeated streak thing a couple months ago, when they were building up her. I think it was on her way to the Royal Rumble or something. But they had this video package and of her by the numbers. They did it by the numbers, and I played it on one of my things, and I got hit with a copyright claim. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'll just not do that again. But if you really want to check it out, I would definitely go out of your way to get to see the Miz and Daniel Bryan's promos from tonight, because they went NXT. They did him retiring into Talking Smack, and then the third one was his comeback, which the Miz was like, I don't even care. I didn't care when he came back. I was enjoying my time on Raw, and Miz was pretty much like, this, I am not your proving match. I am your made it match. If you beat me, then you've made it, but I'm going to prove to you at SummerSlam that I am better than you. Daniel Bryan gave a passionate speech, and it wouldn't be right to try and even mimic what Daniel Bryan said about he came back for the love of the business and he loves to do what he does, do what he does in the ring. Daniel Bryan spoke definitely from the heart, you could tell. So definitely go out of your way to check out the 3 parts, if they put them all up, portion of Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Sanity versus the New Day, and this pisses me off. Big Damo, a.k.a. Killian Dane, I have known and seen in wrestling since 2016 when he was part of What Culture Pro Wrestling's first few sets of tapings on the way to Built to Destroy, and I believe the next pay-per-view, which I think was Stacked, in which he was the inaugural WCPW champion. And he looked like, when I first saw him in a promo package of for WCPW, they had him go to What Culture's office to talk to Jack the Jobber about being his representative for the match for the inaugural champion against Rampage Brown. And he came in dressed in his wrestling clothes, and I'm like, okay, this guy looks like a knockoff Rusev, because he literally looked like a big, hairy version of Irish version of what Rusev was. That's what I thought for a moment. But this guy would just wear what, you see Rusev wear. Just the shorts, the short shorts and everything. He comes to WWE. He still has that same look in NXT. The only thing is it's rechristened Killian Dane and is given the Sanity jacket. He comes up to SmackDown Live. What the hell do they do to him? First off, his first 2 or 3 matches, he's wearing a T-shirt. Tonight, Killian Dane is in a fucking singlet. Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you taking away what made this guy look different? Why does with WWE and Vince McMahon's hatred for guys who aren't built jacked up and everything and have a 6-pack? This is embarrassing. Why would you put somebody who has a different look into something that just takes it all away? What the fuck is wrong with you, Vince, you fucking asshole? You stupid piece of shit? You stupid asshole? What the fuck? There's absolute no reason that Killian Dane should have to walk out there with a fucking singlet on. You take away what made the guy fucking different, and yet you're also burying Sanity as it is because they went out there and lost to the New Day tonight, you stupid fucking asshole. God, I can't wait till you fucking pass on, because maybe somebody like Triple H can actually see what the fans want. This is 2018, you stupid piece of shit. You're still fat-shaming the guys. Next thing you know, we're going to have fucking fat jokes saying to Killian Dane because he's not built like everyone else that you want to see. He's not like Chris Masters was in the day or Triple H. He's got a little bit of huskiness to him. So fucking what? It's time to grow the fuck up and act like a 77-year-old man that you are and not a fucking 2-year-old, you stupid fuck. This pisses me off when you sit there and do that shit. There is absolutely no reason for that. 2018, and we're still fat-shaming people on the main roster. And you might say, oh, well, he's not fat-shaming him. Give me a fucking break. You have this guy go out there in NXT, and he looks just like he did on the Indies. He still is able to look like Killian Dane, and now you have him look like a buffoon. Him coming out in a singlet. Are you kidding me? It makes him look awful. It takes away everything that made Killian Dane what he was. Now he's just another fucking wrestler, and then you have him go out there and take the pinfall in this match against the New Day with the Midnight Hour or the up, down, down, whatever the fuck they want to call this stupid-ass move. I am over the damn New Day, and I hope that somebody like the Bludgeon Brothers beat them and we don't have to hear from them for months on end. Have the Bludgeon Brothers go out this Sunday and beat them so badly we don't see the New Day for 6 or 7 months, because I am sick of their shit. I don't care that the kids love the New Day. Oh, the kids love them. You should love them too. Fuck that. You take what's special from... Vince McMahon has this obsession with taking what makes everyone special and killing it. Just because he didn't create them. Well, Vince, I have a big fuck you for you. You stupid fuck. Pisses me off. Of course, the New Day won this match. As I said, they did the Midnight Hour, which I thought was the Midnight Hour, but I guess it's the up, down, down now, because we gotta promote up, down, down. In the back, Paige knocks on Samoa Joe's door. He's in a suit and tie. I don't think he had a tie on, but he had a nice-looking suit on. She doesn't want him ruining the main event because AJ Styles is going to go out there and make a promise for SummerSlam. He says, "Don't worry, I'm when you picked me to be AJ Styles' opponent, you didn't want me to just play by the rules. You liked my convictions. You liked the fact that I'm unpredictable. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I do best. I'm going to do whatever I damn please. And you and the rest of the WWE Universe is going to have to sit there and wait and see what I do. But you know what? I'm going to sit back here tonight and I'm going to enjoy myself. Have a good night. And he walks back into his locker room, and that's not the last we see of Samoa Joe. But definitely, Samoa Joe, again, is one of the best promos in WWE. One of the best promos in WWE. And it's a damn shame that he has not won any championship gold yet outside of NXT champion, two-time NXT champion. And it's a damn shame that this guy probably will not win the WWE championship this Sunday, even though AJ Styles has been champion since November of last year, and I honestly think WWE is not going to have him lose the title till at least WrestleMania. I'm just saying. Aiden English comes to the ring, and he looks a little distraught after what happened over the last few weeks. He cost Rusev a match, he cost Lana 2 matches, and he says he sings that he's going to he hurt his friends, and he wants to make amends. He's going to make Almas pay. And I'm going to do this for Rusev Day. Aiden English was trying to see an Almas. This was it was a pretty quick match. Almas wins the match with a hammerlock DDT after the double knees in the corner. Then after the match, Vega says, "So you guys like catchy catchphrases, huh? And useless holidays. Come this Sunday, it will be the end of," and Almas says Rusev Day, the end of Rusev Day. Vega then says, and it's going to be the end of Lana Day too, because I'm going to expose Lana for what she is. And that is dead weight that is holding her husband back. Ooh, gotta love that one. Then out came not Aiden, but Rusev and Lana. Rusev said, almost at SummerSlam, your luck will run out. And Vega, it was just them promoting in SummerSlam. They said, Lana said this year at SummerSlam, it falls on what day? And they both say Rusev Day, so that's the end of that. They will be on the kickoff show, which is a damn shame for both Almas and Rusev. They should be on the main card. But honestly, if I was going to put a couple matches on the pre-show, the Cruiserweight Championship and this match I would not put on the kickoff show. The 2 tag team title matches and Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor would be your kickoff show matches, in my opinion. The matches that we have for the kickoff show, I think, should be on the main card. The fact that we're going to have Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor in a match that nobody cares about. We're having 2 tag team title matches that absolutely nobody's going to care about. I think those 3 matches should be on the pre-show. Just my opinion. What else do we have here? Paige is in the back with AJ and says he needs to be a professional. I don't want to jeopardize the main event of SummerSlam. AJ says, I made a promise to my wife and I'm going to keep it, and he just walks out. Jeff Hardy faced Shelton Benjamin. Man, where the hell has Shelton Benjamin been? I have no clue. I didn't realize he was still with the company. That's the sad part. Shelton Benjamin, I think, should get a more prominent role on SmackDown Live. He was doing something with Chad Gable until they decided to say, well, we're going to move Chad Gable over to Raw, which, yeah, you see how that went. Chad Gable hasn't done a damn thing in months. Chad Gable has not done anything since his last match with Rusev. So, not Rusev, but, you know. Jeff Hardy wins this one after a twist of fate stunner. He did not hit the swanton on Shelton Benjamin. He did a Jeff Hardy-ish 2003 twist of fate, which they said was a neck breaker. But back in, what was it, SmackDown, WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, or whatever it was, the one where Jeff Hardy was in his singles run. Every time Jeff Hardy's twist of fate would not be the traditional twist of fate. It would be where instead of them having where their backs they would be reversed and he would do the twist of fate. Well, that's what he did. He went up for the swanton and gets hit with a knee, and Shelton Benjamin ends up getting hit with the twist of fate stunner. 1, 2, 3, and Jeff Hardy wins. Post match, Nakamura makes his way out here. He's slowly coming to the ring. I thought this was going to lead to another Randy Orton beatdown, and that was not what happened. What happened was you had Shelton Benjamin get back up to the ring apron, so Jeff Hardy could knock him back down. Nakamura comes from behind and lays out Hardy with a knee to the spine. He goes for the Kinshasa, but that is turned into a twist of fate. Then a swanton to Nakamura. Then all of a sudden they pan the camera, or get to a camera where Randy Orton is like lurking from behind the set off to the side. So he's got to focus on Nakamura. Excuse me. Sorry. But he's got to focus. The commentator said, yes, Jeff has to focus on Nakamura at SummerSlam, but he's got to have eyes in the back of his head because Randy Orton is going to be lurking at SummerSlam. I'll talk about this more on Friday, I believe. Yeah, when we do the SummerSlam preview and predictions. But I do expect him to get involved. I do expect Randy Orton to get involved, which is going to lead to the match at at Hell in a Cell between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. And the way they've made Randy Orton vicious, it would not surprise me because there's been rumors going around that Jeff Hardy has said before he retires, he wants to be in Hell in a Cell. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Jeff, you are 40-some years old. I believe he's in his 40s. You, dude, are like in your 40s, and you want to be in Hell in a Cell now? Dude, with your back problems and all and your like nerve problems and everything, dude, I wouldn't even want to do that. Period. And then we get to the end of the night, which was AJ Styles coming out to make a promise for SummerSlam. AJ Styles says, and I wish they had the promo up. I'm going to try and wait. And, if I can get the promo to come up, I will. But he says that he is blessed. He is absolutely blessed. And he says, and they showed a couple clips of what happened over the last few weeks. It all started when Samoa Joe attacked him from behind during the contract signing, which of course pissed him off. And then of course they showed him when Samoa Joe stabbed him in the back. So you can tell AJ Styles is not playing any games when it comes to Samoa Joe. Then we had him say, let me try and get this promo up here, but AJ Styles is talking about he was at home, he let his emotions get to him because Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe and he's just good at what he does. And he said he got home and he got to hold his kids, he got to hold hold his wife. And she said, you can't lose control like that. And then Samoa Joe comes out, and this promo is definitely one for the record books. That he comes out and says that is a great, nice little story that you tell all these wonderful people. But I know the truth, AJ, and I have a special letter here from a special member of the WWE Universe. He reads the letter off, and AJ Styles, you can just see the demeanor of AJ Styles, who's smiling and laughing originally at the start of this promo of Samoa Joe's. But as we get towards the end and the way Samoa Joe ends it, he is not happy at all. And AJ looks a little a little disturbed about who this letter is possibly from. So AJ Styles, it was a great cliffhanger for the end of the show and makes us wonder what's going to happen at SummerSlam between these two. The only gripe I have for this promo, and I'll say it when we get to it, that it was not shocking or who the supposed person who wrote the letter was. It's just I think he should have used a different it's just something you got to listen to. I'm trying to get it up, dang computer and stuff. All right, but yes, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, definitely in the match I am looking forward. For SmackDown, I guess SmackDown you have at least 2-3 matches to look forward to at SummerSlam. You have the women's title match, you have AJ Styles with Samoa Joe, and you have The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Well, you really don't, other than maybe the fact that Dean Ambrose is back, you have Seth Rollins versus Drew versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title as a match to watch. But other than that, Monday Night Raw really doesn't have anything I want to look forward to see outside of that match. So, yeah. SmackDown definitely has the strongest showing going into SummerSlam. Now, as we all know, with the fact that TakeOver is the night before, that SmackDown and Raw both have a lot to, what I want to say. They have a lot to live up to because we do have ourselves a great show the night before with, of course, Almas and Ciampa. We have Ricochet versus Adam Cole, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, and EC3 versus the Velveteen Dream, as well as Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed Era. Not a single match on that show I think is going to disappoint. SmackDown and Raw have got a lot to work for. Also, something else I need to mention before we get into this. I am sick and tired of this shit. They did it for Money in the Bank, and I believe they did it for Extreme Rules too. Why do we have to see the picture-in-picture shit every time we get on the go-home shows? Why do we have to see these picture-in-pictures to advertise matches? Why? Why do we have to be put through that? It takes away from the match. It's just so annoying. They did it last time. They did it tonight. All right. So here is AJ Styles' promo that for SummerSlam before Samoa Joe comes out and makes AJ Styles regret a lot of things probably. AJ is over with the crowd.
Hey guys, you know what? I'm blessed. I am blessed. For almost 20 years, I've been able to travel the world and compete against some of the best talent that sports entertainment's had to offer. And I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot. But nothing more important than the lesson I learned after winning the WWE Championship. You see, there's a reason why this championship is so hard to hold. It's because of the pressure that whoever holds this championship is put under. And Samoa Joe, man, you hit my pressure points, dude. I gotta admit, you're a mastermind. And it started when you blindsided me in this very ring.
Take it back 3 weeks ago, AJ Styles was admiring watching James Ellsworth get fired. Boom! And it was Samoa Joe who would jump the WWE champion from behind, and as Joe calls it, his favorite form of communication, the coquina clutch.
At first, we didn't know why Joe decided to attack AJ Styles, but the answer would soon be revealed.
This was the contract signing for their WWE title match at SummerSlam. Joe and Styles was made official. TikTok champ! TikTok!
You see, Joe, right when I think I know you, you stab me in the back, and then you stab me in the heart.
Styles, you, my friend, you have put being a champion above all else, even if it means you're a failure as a father. Because the truth is, AJ, come SummerSlam, when the whole world is cheering you on to victory, secretly, AJ, your family and their realest of feelings, they'll be cheering for me. Because after I'm done tearing down your house, after I'm done putting you to sleep, oh, your wife and kids, they'll
Joe? You got me right where you want me. You got me to lose my cool. That's what you wanted when you done it. And you got me to talk about something very private and personal. You got me to talk about my family. And I felt as a man, as a father, as a husband, I had to defend myself. And when I did, I got emotional. I did. And you got me to go to a place I didn't want to go. A dark place. A place where I wanted to rip your head off. But then I got home. I got home where I could hug my kids, hug my wife, and as I was holding Wendy, she said, babe, can't lose your cool like that. You know, we support you and we appreciate everything you're doing from us. But you can't lose your cool like that. You got to remain focused. You got to remain focused. Because you got to get
Trying to get this thing and not get me copyright.
He promised to do whatever he damn well pleases. Now, AJ, that is a wonderful tale that you are telling these lovely people, but you and I know that what you're saying is just not true. Now, AJ, listen, relax, champ. I want to help you keep your promise. And I have nothing left to say to you, but here in my hand, I hold a letter from a member of the WWE Universe, and AJ, I just thought that you should hear it. Dear Joe, 2 weeks ago, I heard the things that you said about AJ Styles and his family. Your remarks were disgusting and made me physically ill.
He just got a smile on his face.
Not because they were wrong, but because they were true.
AJ's like, are you serious?
I used to be the biggest AJ Styles fan in the world, but now it's clear AJ never wanted children.
He's laughing about this.
Maybe he never wanted a wife either. And that's why AJ is such a great champion, because he'll do anything to stay away from his family. At SummerSlam, I pray that you win so AJ can know the feeling of losing the thing he loves the most, because I lost him a long time ago.
Just the look on AJ's face just tells it all.
My sincerest gratitude, Wendy Styles.
AJ is like second guessing himself right there. He has just that look of, what the hell did he just say to me? The only gripe I have is that they said sincerely Wendy Styles when Styles is not his actual last name. If you're going to do this right, you could have said sincerely Wendy Jones, because AJ's name is Alan Jones. His wife is Wendy Jones. So it would have had a little bit more personal ting to it, maybe, in just my opinion, if you would have used the shoot last name instead of just saying like Wendy Styles. But they'll just make this as personal as can be. This match has got to be, which unfortunately, because it is WWE, this isn't Impact Wrestling, this isn't New Japan, where you would have a personal match, or Ring of Honor either, where it's a personal match, and you go and see these guys go out there and tear the house down. This is WWE, and remember what happened with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and their matches get better and better as they went. This match, I don't see being as good as we want it to be, or how good it could be. These guys can put on a 5-star classic if WWE would allow them. But since Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is what WWE wants everyone to talk about, Vince McMahon wants everybody to be leaving SummerSlam talking about Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. So this match is probably going to be sacrificed just like Nakamura and Styles was at WrestleMania. So I want this match to be great, as good as the matches, if not better than they had in Impact Wrestling. But I'm not putting all my stock into this match just because of WWE's track record. If it's Brock versus Roman and we gotta try and get Roman over, fuck everybody else, and we'll just sit there and do that. So expect every match outside of Roman versus Brock getting sacrificed for that match. Good promo by AJ, good promo by Joe. That was SmackDown Live for you for August 14, 2018. Find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown Live. As well as hit that like or dislike button. I will be back tomorrow for NXT. And then Thursday, Friday for our preview and predictions for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 and SummerSlam, as well as NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 on Saturday, with unscripted earlier in the day. And Sunday, SummerSlam. If I don't, pass out if I don't pass out tired from 7 hours of wrestling. I might even wait till Monday morning to do the SummerSlam one just because of how tiring. And I did WrestleMania and all the other pay-per-views. In WrestleMania, I don't know how I got through that review this year without, passing out. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But, yeah. That is going to be this week's of everything. Until then, my name is TheFrance. You guys have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, and night whenever you see this. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the go-home show for NXT, which, as we know, unlike SmackDown and Raw with the go-home shows for takeovers, we usually don't see, other than we do have a couple matches this time around with competitors at TakeOver, we usually see highlight packages for the matches at TakeOver over everything else. So expect to see a lot of that tomorrow on NXT. But until then, I'm getting out of here. SmackDown, pretty decent show. But I'll see you tomorrow.